House prices are continuing to rise across the country, with experts predicting property values to grow between 6 and 10% by the end of the year. The latest data from Cotality, formerly known as CoreLogic, shows all the capitals rose more than 0.4% in May. That brings the national index 1.7% higher over the first 5 months of the year. Cotality's head of research, Eliza Owen, says house prices are being fuelled by interest rate cuts.
The strongest rates of growth that we've seen so far this year on a monthly basis are the months where the RBA reduced the cash rate, so February and May. And we also saw other signs of a strong response in the market, such as the final clearance rate for the week ending 25th of May, so the week that the RBA cut. That returned a final clearance rate of 65.1% of properties selling successfully at auction, which is the strongest for this year. So I think it's pretty clear that with that extra borrowing capacity that interest rate reductions provide, it is creating an increase in value and confidence in the housing market. The biggest increases that we see off the back of rate cuts initially are usually the high end of house markets in Sydney and Melbourne. If you look at the highest growth rates for a city overall, outside of Darwin, you're looking at the Perth market. But even there, it's worth noting there's a bit of a slowdown in the pace of growth, so up 0.7% this month, but Perth was rising by 2.4% in May of last year. So I think the overall trend that we're seeing is that there's a bit of convergence in growth rates as softer markets like Melbourne, Hobart, Sydney and Canberra see a bit of a pickup amid rate reductions, whereas your really strong markets through the cycle, which are Perth, Brisbane and Adelaide, they're still growing and they're seeing decent gains, but less than what they were showing this time last year. And I think that just goes to show there's a bit of a limit on growth with housing become more unaffordable. So that could explain why we're seeing a slight softer result in those cities.